Okay, guys, let's take a second here and listen to this. But first, relax. Take a deep breath and close your eyes and imagine this. You and your best friend get into a huge fight because she self-harms, all because of the things she is going through at home. You realize she needs you, but you don't listen to that voice telling you something is wrong. A week goes by, and you finally go to talk to her, and she is getting bullied really bad at school. When you step in and the others leave her alone, you sit there holding her while she cries. You try telling her everything will be alright. You can tell she is trying to tell herself that, and you hope that she does, but you don't ask. The next day at school, she comes up to you crying again. Her and her boyfriend just broke up because he hates the fact that she has scars, and she tells you what he told her. Before I finish, just imagine having your boyfriend or girlfriend telling you this. I can't be with you anymore. And when you ask why, you get the reply you always hoped they would never say. Because it can't walk around with someone who is always suicidal and likes the pain she puts on herself. I am sorry, but I can't pretend any longer. I don't love you. I never have. The only reason why I'm with you is because I feel sorry for you. After you hear that he had said this very thing to your best friend, you start losing hope that everything will not be alright. But you don't tell her that. All you say is that everything will be alright and that you will never leave her side. Then you guys make a pact that if she leaves, you leave. You get home just after hanging out with your best friend. Then you get a phone call. She is crying, harder than anyone could ever imagine. There is nothing you can do to help since you were not there, but you talk to her and tell her you will always be there to catch her when she falls. As she is sitting there telling you that her parents beat her, you start to cry as well. As she says the one thing you hope she would never say, if I leave, I'll be gone forever. You start crying even harder, telling her that she doesn't mean it and that everything will be better and that she doesn't deserve to let everyone else win. Then she says that she is going to bed. She loves you and good night. Then she hangs up the phone. The next day she isn't at school. You know her parents are at work. So she might have been sick or just simply skipped. So after school, you go over there, even though you weren't allowed to. Then you notice the house is empty. You start to worry. You look for any clues in her room to figure out where she might have gone, but nothing. No note, no sign of where she might be, except her medication is missing, and her robe she used in her room is missing as well. You go everywhere you guys went that made her happy, so finally, you reach the woods, where you guys would hang out all the time. You run through hoping to find her by a tree still alive, but instead, her pill bottle is empty, but she is nowhere to be found until you look up, and all you see is her hanging there with that rope tied across her neck, blue in the face, no life in her eyes. When you look down, you also see a note. You pick it up and read it. It says, I was able to live with being bullied at home because I knew I could lock myself away from it. But at school too, I couldn't take it any longer. I'm sorry if this hurts those I loved and loved me back. But it was my time. I couldn't do it. In shock, you hurry up, get her down, as you are on the phone with 911. Even though deep down you knew she was gone, you still hoped she would somehow be saved. Not knowing how long ago this had happened. As you see them take her away in the ambulance, you run home. With tears rolling down your face, you have your mom take you to the hospital, not telling her why until you guys got there. As you show up, the ambulance shows up. You see them trying and trying and trying to help her. You guys wait in the waiting room, and you tell your mom everything that happened. How you found her, the note, and she tells you that your best friend will be fine as the doctor walks in with sadness on his face. He looks at you and asks if your best friend's parents had made it there yet or not. You tell them they will be there in a little bit. Only her older sister shows up. So the doctor comes back in and tells them the news. I know this may be hard for you guys, but it's even harder on me having to tell you this. As he is saying this, you are thinking to yourself, please, this can't be happening. This is just a bad dream. Then you hear him say, I am sorry for your loss, but we couldn't save her. You were just standing on your feet 1 minute, then you hit the floor the next. You were sitting there crying as her sister comes to you and says, maybe it was for the best. Now she don't have to suffer. A couple days later is her funeral. Everyone is there, the whole school, her friends and family. Everyone is crying. And you hear those who bullied her say, I'm sorry. If I would have known, I would have saved you. And you sit there thinking, well, maybe you shouldn't have bullied her in the first place. Everyone goes up one by one, placing a flower and saying their last goodbyes. You are last. You look at her face. She looks peaceful and happy finally. A couple months go by and you start to self-harm. You are only 17 years old. You have depression and can't sleep at night without replaying everything that had happened. So you go into your mom's bathroom when no one is home and you take all of her pills. Somehow you survive. Everyone at your new school is bullying you because you self-harm. You tell them that they have no clue what you have been through. They don't listen. You made a promise. You tried to keep it, but for some reason, they won't let you go. You live every day missing her, wishing she was by your side still, wishing you still had that person you trusted with your life. But she is gone. No one cares about you because you are the low-life emo girl that can kill herself. But they don't realize you have tried. Now open your eyes. Bullying is not all fun and games. All those people might ignore you, but in all honesty, they take it to heart. And they take it out on themselves. Now, if you know someone who is getting bullied at school, at home, or even both, tell a trusted adult. Just that one little step might even save a life.